This video will talk about the reports in the self-finance program. There are a few reports in the self-finance program. They're spread between two places, the actual reports in the admin program and a few reports here. We'll talk about the reports here first. To get there, simply click on the reports button and you get this screen here. The report over here on the right you can ignore. It's used by one customer only, and it's specific to that customer. There's some obvious reports. Let's just list the customers. Boom, there they are. So here's the stock number, the customer name, whether the loan is active or inactive, how much the loan was amount, and when it was sold. If you only want to see the active accounts, you can click this button. And here you have what I think is the amount of days since the loan was created, the stock ID, the customer name, the total payments made, the scheduled payments made, the status of it, which means delinquent or not. Most of them will be delinquent because these are test data. I don't update them very often. When was the last payment made? You can see how old some of this stuff is. If a nastygram was sent, I'll get to a nastygram in a minute, what the payment actually is and when the next payment is due. This can be scrolled, but that's about all there is in here. If you only want to see the delinquent accounts, you can click that button and you'll see the same format of the report, but only the ones that are behind in their payments. Now again, in my system, almost everything is behind in their payments. So that's why it's almost the same report as you had it a minute ago. When you list out the active accounts or the delinquent accounts, you have several choices as to how to format it. By default, it comes sorted by the name, last name actually. If you want to sort by stock number, just click that button, and now it's sorted by this column here. By default, I'm going to only give you a one-line report with not all the information that there is. If you click on 2, now you'll see a 2-line report with information about their address and phone number. And there's even a 3-line report that has comments. So, for instance, here is a comment that says, this is a trailer comment. Attention, you have to bang this guy's head against the wall. That sort of thing. In the case of somebody being behind in their reports, if you want to send them a letter, which I call a nastygram, you can click on that person and click on Generate Nastygrams. You'll get this thing that says where to print it. I'm going to print it to the PDF so we can see it. So here it is. Who is the dealer? When did we send it? Who is it to? Dear Daniel, you should have paid $5,000 by now. You've only paid $2,000. Please pay the other amount to bring your account up to date. And here's a list of their payments. You'll see now that Dan has a date in the nastygram column saying when you actually sent that nastygram out. You can generate a spreadsheet of any of this stuff by simply clicking the spreadsheet button. What this doesn't tell you is that it generates a spreadsheet on your temp file, and there'll be two spreadsheets, one in CSV format, the other in just plain text format. So here's what it looks like. It's pretty much what shows up on the screen, except that now it's in a digital format. You can print that screen anytime you want. We can get a report of the next payment date. And here it is. This is the date of the next payment, who the stock number is, the customer name, what their monthly payment should be. Is it monthly or weekly or semi-monthly? Which you don't see any. How many payments they've made, how much their scheduled payments, how much they actually owe as of right now. Has a nastygram been sent out? And then this is a list of, I tried to classify how far back they were late. If you click this little info button, you get this screen, and it tries to tell you that an E late is we're past the last scheduled payment, V late, we're a month late, really late, we're really, really late, and so on. And I have a report of the new amount owed. The new amount owed report is supposed to help you figure out how much all your clients that are active owe you. If I click this button, then you will see your total payments thus far made and the scheduled payments that should have been made, how much it would cost to pay off right this minute, when was the last payment made, your make, model of the car, and this is a wide report, so I have to scroll this over. So here you can see the email address of the person so that you can email them and send them a nastygram. When is the next payment due? What is the payment normally? And here's the difference. Now keep in mind all of this data is old. It's not updated. It's my test data. So you can see that people haven't paid for a long time. I actually have one client that's actually ahead of the game. But that's, in this database, pretty unusual. Ideally, in your database, the numbers will be in the diff column will be very small. Hopefully, just the amount of a payment. And then I have this interest report that will give you information for a particular month and year as to how much interest you generated in that month. The interest report has to be done for a particular month and year. It's for that month only. And so here we can list out the interest payments. Seems like this guy made 3 payments that month. Here are the payments. This is the interest components of those payments. And how much went to the principal. And did he pay cash or credit card? I mentioned that there are 2 reports, 3 actually, in the admin program that relate to the self-finance program. If we click on the reports button, if we scroll down to 1150 and 1151, you'll see that you get a spreadsheet of the data in the self-finance program. This first one is all the data there is in the system. The second one can be a date range. If I click on that and click display the report, I will get a list of all of the active self-finance things. On this screen here, it just gives you a summary of the actual information. The real report, as you can say, is called self-finance.txt, and it's in the ctemp file of your computer. So if I bring up the file manager, go to the temp, here is self-find.txt, and here you can see the data that's in the spreadsheet, tab delimited format. So it gives you the stock ID name, the stock ID, the index to the data of the database, the payment date, payment amount, interest, and then the rest of it is pretty much the same for every single stock number. So here you can see there's a whole bunch of things for stock number 2700, nothing for 3465, a whole bunch for 34681, and essentially they're showing you each payment made for that loan. The other report is 1252. Here I've done it for 24 months, and you see we get a little bit more data. That's, again, this is because this is my test database, and I don't update it like I would a real production database. So that is the end of the videos for the self-finance program.